What's up, everyone? The gang is back.
Okay.
Is it recording?
Yeah. It looks tilted though.
I have no idea.
Welcome to the video. Alright guys, welcome to this video where we are going to be going over the top 4 best ways to stay connected on the road. Joining me today is the amazing Nicole Mack. If you remember last time we filmed a video together, she had a giant sling that looked like this. But she's on the mend and she's almost recovered. Sorry about the dog panting. He's really big and really hot right now. Tug, I'm sorry. Just gotta go outside. We had to kick Tug out and change the lighting, so we're back.
One of the trickiest and most asked about questions about van life is how we stay connected on the road as freelancers. So these are the 4 ways of how that's 8. So these are the 4 best ways of staying connected while on the road. Number 1, mooching off of other people's Wi-Fi, like Starbucks.
So our van trip happened during COVID, which made it really hard to work on the road just because normally where you'd be able to go into Starbucks or McDonald's, they're just totally closed off. So our little hack was just to back the van up as close to the building as we could and just like mooch off their Wi-Fi as much as we could. Normally, not during COVID, Starbucks and McDonald's are still the best. They just always have reliable Wi-Fi. Starbucks has coffee, McDonald's has coffee, and they're just good places to work.
Since Patricia was a black hole for cell phone service, we always had to back up really close to the Starbucks and McDonald's just to be able to mooch off their Wi-Fi successfully.
Also, if you need to upload or download big files, this is the way to go because if you use a hotspot like from your phone or something, you can't really do that.
Number 2, getting a mobile hotspot from a cell phone provider.
So companies like Verizon, AT&T, and Sprint, they sell these little they almost look like little phones. These are basically just little devices that put out cell service like a hotspot that you can connect to. They don't connect everywhere, so like similarly, if you're gonna lose cell phone service on your phone, these are gonna lose service as well. But for places that do have service, these are a really good option. So they range in pricing quite a bit. For example, Verizon is like $90 for 20 gigs, AT&T is $100 for 100 gigs, and Sprint is $60 for 100 gigs. I've heard that Verizon has the best coverage everywhere, but it's also the most expensive, so that's just something to take into account. Number 3.
Number 3, getting a cell phone plan with a mobile hotspot.
So this is basically just like tethering your laptop from your phone. Most cell phones have it, where you just turn on a mobile hotspot and you can just connect your computer to it. It's not super fast usually, but you can at least send emails and do pretty basic stuff on the internet.
Personally, we have Xfinity. It's not that fast like Danny said, but it does get the job done when we're just trying to do little things.
I did some research on it and it sounds like Visible, Verizon, and AT&T have the best mobile hotspots. This is a little chart to just kind of compare them, but like Nicole said, we have Xfinity and it does well enough. 4.
4. Our favorite thing to use is our WeBoost.
So what a WeBoost is basically a signal booster. So it takes what would normally be a like 3G service and it turns it into an LTE. Or if you just have a couple bars, it can turn it up to a 3G service. It's an antenna that you install on top of the van. Cord goes down to a booster and then it goes to an internal antenna in the van itself. The installation is super easy. It took like maybe 45 minutes when we installed it. And this most recent trip, we just did a leg of the journey from LA to Colorado. That was the first time using it. And it was like the best thing ever. There was like very few places across the entire part of that country where we didn't have service. And we know like a lot of the spots we wouldn't have had it without it.
Yeah. The point of van life is to get out into remote places, and the WeBoost just really helps us stay connected when we're out in the middle of nowhere. For example, when we were in Sequoia National Park, we definitely thought we weren't gonna have service, but we ended up getting at least 3G to be able to stay connected and respond back to people that we needed to keep in touch with.
I had to send a pretty important text and I like didn't realize there wasn't any service there. Normally there's definitely not service, but with the WeBoost I was able to at least send that text. Here's a quick example of what it can do.
Alright, so doing a quick test of the WeBoost right now. It says we have LTE, but nothing really works and there's only 1 bar. So the WeBoost is hooked up to my inverter, so I'm going to turn that on and we'll see what happens. And just like that, we have full bars and everything works super fast.
So whether you're using a mobile hotspot from your phone or you have one of those little hotspot devices, the WeBoost just amplifies that signal and makes it way faster. Alrighty, that is it for the top 4, but before we go, we have one bonus.
Bonus tip is to download that Netflix and Disney Plus, because those 2 apps allow you to download movies beforehand, so you can just have them with you. When you're able to download movies, it just makes it feel like more homey, and it's good to just have some coziness when you're on the road.
Yeah, like our last night in the van on this last trip, we actually pulled the Starbucks trick and we backed up to a Starbucks. And we have a tablet, and we just downloaded the new Soul movie from Pixar.
You guys should really go watch. It's so good.
Yeah, it's awesome. But anyways, we downloaded it, and then we got to our spot, which was totally out of service, and we had like a little movie night with my brother. It was super nice. We just cooked dinner and watched the movie. And yeah, it just kind of gives you a little bit of taste of home when you're on the road. So that is the bonus, and that is pretty much it for the video. Signing off.
You forgot to clap.
Clap!
If you want to get some good recommendations for some bird videos, I will be leaving a few links at the bottom. It's good to have some normalcy.
Normalcy.
Anyways, it's just good to have normalcy.